Good evening, everyone.
This is Bianca Pagano.
And I'm Matthew Surrey.
Tonight is October, Friday the 4th. The time is now 7:15 p.m. Welcome to the 5th show of Phillipian Live, coming to you live from the newsroom. This week on the show,
An exclusive look into the Pearson basement. Rumors of gun ranges and secret tunnels surround not only the halls of Pearson, but also the paths on our campus. Stay tuned to hear the truth of all these myths.
scoring the first goal for the Andover girls varsity soccer team, Bella Di Benedetto, class of 20, rocketed a shot past the goalie to start off their game at Tabor last Saturday. We talked to her about her incredible shot and how the team is doing.
After an extremely competitive senior soloist competition, 6 winners have been selected. 3 of them are concerto competition winners and will perform a concerto solo with the Academy Symphony Orchestra. Tune in to hear more about the competition.
And, due to a case of border over-enrollment, the Academy tested out a new solution to the problem by creating 1st, 9th, and 10th grade mixed grade dorms. Upcoming is an update on these pilot dorms and an insight on how the new students are enjoying their dorm life.
And finally, we'll welcome Nick Lamb, class of 22, live on the show. Stay tuned to watch them present their speed Rubik's Cube solving abilities.
Last week, dedicated senior musicians competed in the Senior Soloist Competition, an annual competition in which seniors audition for the chance to perform a concerto with the Academy Symphony Orchestra. This year's winners were Elisa Kruger-Kane 20, Zev Barden 20, and Henry Crater 20. Here are the reporters, Ben Fu and Nina Chupengart 22 with the story.
Thank you. We interviewed winner Elisa Kruger-Kane, who plays the trumpet in both the Andover Symphony Orchestra and Chamber Orchestra. Kruger-Kane chose to perform the Marcello Oboe Concerto on piccolo trumpet for her audition, a Baroque piece not usually performed on trumpet. Inspired by past senior soloists, Kruger-Kane has been working towards this competition since her freshman year at Andover.
Specifically for the audition, the past few years I've been trying to get better at auditions and performances in general because I get super nervous, and when I play, my knees get shaky and stuff. And so last year and the year before that, I tried to play in almost every student recital, so performing felt normal. And other than practicing performing, just putting a lot of hours in.
Zev Barden auditioned for the competition by performing Concerto in F minor by Vaughan Williams. Barden hopes that performing with the orchestra will allow him the opportunity to showcase the lyrical and technical abilities of the tuba.
Well, I heard about the concerto my freshman spring when I saw, I think it was Will Wang play the Tchaikovsky Violin Concerto. And I looked a little bit more into it and I found out what the competition was, and I decided then that it was something that I wanted to do. Ever since then I've been going through different pieces, trying to figure out what I would play and what I would play it on. And I eventually found the second movement of the Vaughan Williams.
For his audition, Henry Crater performed Almost Like Being in Love from Brigadoon, the musical, one of the 3 pieces that Crater will be singing for his actual performance.
I didn't think much of it at first. I was like, this is an alright audition song, but I think after, I didn't even practice it a lot for the next few months, but just kind of mulling over it and singing it every once in a while, it really started to grow on me. And by late August, although I hadn't sung it a lot for a lot of people or gotten it coached or anything, I really came to love the piece.
According to Crater, my favorite part of being a senior soloist is singing with an orchestra. It's something you rarely get to do as any kind of singer. As one of very few singers to win the competition, Crater hopes that the performance will spread awareness about opportunities for musical theater and vocal musicians.
The person who told me about it was actually Dr. Siegfried, my choral director and longtime friend. And she was like, hey, I think for your senior year, if you want to see some performance opportunities, you should go for senior soloists. And I initially thought, that's weird, because that's usually instrumental musicians who do that. But I guess now I'm classified to be as much of a musician as any instrumental musician, that's not how I think myself usually.
Many members of the Andover Symphony and Chamber Orchestras, including Evan Tsai, class of 21, have never accompanied solo tuba, trumpet, or voice before. However, Tsai is still excited for the opportunity to accompany the soloists.
I'm really excited to play in the orchestra for all three of them, actually. I've never accompanied a trumpet concerto, tuba concerto, or voice before, and it'll be a really fun experience for everyone in the orchestra and the conductor as well, just to see how the balance works out and how working together will help everyone grow and learn from these experiences.
Derek Jacoby, instructor in music, will be working with the soloists as they prepare for their performances with the symphony orchestra.
I know the music yet, so they have brought us a lot of really interesting music to learn, music that we wouldn't have otherwise come across. So the soloists that are programmed with orchestra have a significant impact on the music that the orchestra gets to play that year.
I'm most excited to play with an orchestra. It's going to be so fun because when you play, I've never played with an orchestra, and I'm most nervous about playing with an orchestra and performing in the chapels. Nerve-wracking too, but it's also a really special experience because the space is awesome.
I'm super, super excited. I have gotten to do it. I did get to do it this summer once, sing with an orchestra, but it wasn't. This summer it was an amazing experience. But it was a song that like I didn't really pick. They kind of picked it for me. It was like a Sinatra tune. So I'm really excited to do like something that I totally love, and that I totally connect with, and share and actually have like just full sound around me. It's gonna be so awesome.
Ben Fu
And Nina Chupengart
reporting.
Thank you, Ben and Nita.
Next up in news, tunnels. With rumors of secret societies and hidden passageways, Andover's had its fair share of mysteries. Beneath the manicured lawns around campus lie an intricate system of steam pipes, most of which are blocked off and no longer in use. However, some of these pipes are more accessible, forming larger tunnels that a person could walk through. These known tunnels lie between Foxcroft and Bartlett Halls, between Pearson and Morse Halls, and between a baseball diamond and Rafferty Field. An above-ground passage also exists in Samuel Phillips Hall. This week, Matt and I explored the locked-up tunnel under Pearson with Joshua Mann, instructor and chair in classics. And we discovered that the tunnels are, drumroll please,
Pretty normal. While some of the pipes contain high voltage electrical wires and can reach temperatures of 240 degrees Fahrenheit, the Pearson Hall tunnel lacks significant steam lines and is therefore safer. During our tour of the tunnel, Bianca and I discovered that it is technically used as a storage space and definitely not a meeting area, putting rest the rumor in that basement. The basement does not serve as a meeting space for secret societies for faculty or for students.
Like secret societies or bacchanal. I have two buildings with like these foundations or pipes are connected. Why not have a way to get through?
Walking around the basement, Mr. Mann also gave us a glimpse at the much speculated tunnel that connects Pearson Hall to the basement of Morse Hall. The only tunnel left in use, OPP used the tunnel in order to perform various maintenance tasks. According to Mr. Mann, the school probably doesn't need the passageway, but it still exists.
It could just be like a lot of this.
While Mr. Mann could not confirm
Like,
some of the
stuff's
lingering
new,
speculations
so they might
about
just
the
be
Pearson Hall building.
because they probably don't need the passageway, but it still exists. Like we don't use that regularly, and as far as I know, nobody uses that regularly, like facilities people or certainly not classroom teachers. But what do you guys? Do you think we have some like secret teacher society meetings down here? Like
We know
While Mr. Mann could not confirm some of the lingering speculations about the Pearson Hall building, he could elaborate on rumors he had heard as an Andover student in 1996, explaining how students believed fallout shelter passageways existed under the school.
When I was a student, the biggest like rumors were that there was this system of like
tunnels.
World War II era tunnels that were like nuclear era. Because you can see, I don't know, does Commons still have like the fallout shelter plaque on the front?
No.
When we were
apparently it did.
So right, when we were students, like the most noticeable thing on the front of Commons was that it was like had the like biohazard design. It has like nuclear fallout shelter. So like,
In addition, students believe the tunnels extended past the Flagstaff cluster to all the academic buildings on campus, providing a means of transport in which students could travel without being seen.
And so we heard that there's stories about all these tunnels were connecting all the different buildings on campus, and that you could somehow access them, but nobody ever actually saw that or did that. Right, so it's a great idea. It's like, oh my God, if I got access to that, I could just like cruise exponentially at night, like do all the stuff I want to do when everybody else is sleeping. But as far as I know, nobody ever found that. I have never heard that that actually exists. I think what it is largely there are some buildings that are interconnected, and maybe there were some tunnels, but I don't think they really are in use anymore.
This is Bianca Pagano.
And Matt Surrey.
Reporting. You may have seen this clip on Instagram if you follow Andover Soccer. This replay is a clip of jersey number 10, Bella Di Benedetto, scoring a goal in a game against Tabor last Saturday. Here's associate Lexi Mariano with the story.
Thank you. Midfielder Bella Di Benedetto scored the first goal for Andover girls varsity soccer at an away game against Tabor Academy last Saturday. Di Benedetto scored the goal with about 13 minutes left in the first half with help from her teammates.
It was like really tense. Anna Hurley, she got the ball in the midfield and started taking on like 2 or 3 players and got the foul. So I just stepped up for it and shot it and it went in. So it was good to kind of go into the half 1-0 up, but we knew that Tabor was going to come out in the second half because they have a really strong team, and they were going to come out trying to score and equalize and hopefully end up winning. But it was good because we put them away in the last 5 minutes of the game. So we played really well, which is awesome.
According to Di Benedetto, the team's chemistry under head coach Lisa Joel is what has made the team so successful.
It's been like an amazing 4 years. I mean, I know I still have a lot of time left this season, but I think this year just like I've been super connected with our senior class. And that's, I think, a big thing that just leads to the chemistry, and everybody just gets along super well. So I think that's something that I'll definitely miss, just the chemistry of the team and, you know, just like after practice, like having team dinners and stuff like that, and always hanging out with them.
Girls varsity ended up winning the game 2-0. This was the team's 8th game this season and 6th win. So far, the team has had 6 wins, 2 ties, and no losses this season. Lexi Mariano reporting.
Thanks, Lexi.
In response to over-enrollment and reevaluation of community values, Andover is piloting dorms that have both juniors and lowers this year. While juniors traditionally live in separate dorms from older students, the combined dorms provide new students with more opportunities to get to know returning lowers. Here are reporters Elena Choi, class of 22, and Claire Cahill, class of 22, with the story.
Thank you. Combined 9th and 10th grade dorms include America House, Smith House, and Tucker House. The girls' dorms include Isham House, Stowe House, and Whitney House. While the overall response to the new dorms among students was positive, some students voiced concerns when the new dorms were first announced. Many returning students were concerned about how the new students would interact with other returning students in their dorm, and whether a social divide would form between 9th and 10th graders.
Well, I was pretty afraid that, you know, the 10th graders would feel isolated from the rest of their grade, and also that the 9th graders would feel the same way. I was like worried that like we wouldn't be able to establish any type of community.
According to Jameson Finney, house counselor for Isham House, integrating dorms can help new students have a cleaner transition into Andover life and quickly learn about campus events and activities such as club or sport tryouts.
When you have just the same group of people that are all new to any kind of environment, anytime one person is feeling something and they're unsure of it, then everybody else feels as if, oh, I should be unsure of that thing too. Whereas if you minimize that group and then you add people who are like, no, you shouldn't be unsure of that, or you shouldn't be anxious about that, then the thing that is making them feel anxious just all of a sudden kind of goes down.
Isabel Benavides, 23, a junior living in Isham House, agrees with Finney that having older students around has allowed her to adjust better to Andover. She enjoys having the perspective of an older student to help her navigate new situations.
Oh, it's just good to have different perspectives, and all their insight is really helpful, so I definitely like having them around.
Juniors in Smith House, a 9th and 10th grade boys' dorm, seem to be sharing a similar experience as they are able to seek advice from older peers in addition to forging friendships.
2 weeks ago, we ate quesadillas at our house counselor's apartment, Dr. B, at her apartment, and it was so good because everyone was hanging out, everyone was having fun, everyone was teaching each other like how to cook and how to prepare each other's food. It was great.
Adjustments to the new system are still being made, especially as juniors and lowers have different restrictions and in-dorm policies. Prefect Katie Wimmer weighs in on the different dynamic of integrated junior-lower dorms.
I think it's a very odd dynamic, especially because Isham has 5 returning lowers. So it's been a little bit hard for them to adjust to like having to follow rules similar to freshmen and like undergo orientation again. But I think it's been helpful to have these returners to be like a second line of support for these newcomers because they've already been in school for a year. I think new lowers should be in a place where they can meet other lowers and upperclassmen because it's hard enough coming into a grade where you like don't know the majority of people, and then to get put in the freshman dorm where it's people that aren't even in your grade.
As this is a trial year for integrated dorms, it is still unknown whether or not Andover will continue with it in the years to come.
Alina Choi
and Claire Cahill reporting.
Thank you, Alina and Claire.
Recently, we discovered that Andover has a fast Rubik's Cuber. Tonight, Nick Lamb, class 22, will be joining us on the show.
Hi Nick, how are you doing tonight?
Good.
So we're just gonna ask you quickly a very few questions. So first of all, how did your passion for Rubik's cubing start?
Well, I was watching YouTube and I saw a 6-second solve of a guy named Felix Zemdegs and I was inspired and wanted to be like him and I was like, I'll give this a shot.
Very nice. YouTube's just great, simply. In your opinion, what skills do you think are required in order to speed cube?
Honestly, I don't think you need any skills. You just need to practice. Like you can start off with no skills and be able to get a sub 10 time.
So practice makes perfect.
Yeah, basically.
Very nice. How often did you used to practice when you were like really into it and going to competitions and all that?
Well, when I was in 6th grade, I used to practice like an hour or 2 a day, which is for like a whole year. So that's a lot of hours.
It's a lot of hours. Do you plan to expand upon your passion of Rubik's cubing at Andover, and if so, how would you plan to do so?
Honestly, I don't know yet because I've been too like busy and I haven't really thought about the Rubik's Cube until you guys called me. So maybe I'll maybe I'll try doing something in the future.
That's cool. Okay, this is a very interesting one. I've actually heard, I did some research that there are several types of Rubik's puzzles apart from the 3x3 Rubik's Cube that we all know. There's a pyramid one, there's a 4x4, my personal favorite, 1x1.
1x1?
Super good at that one.
Oh yeah, that's really difficult, I heard.
But like I'm just really good at that one, you know? But in your opinion, which one do you find the most intriguing, or which ones have you tried before?
Well, I've tried like all the cubes, I'd say.
Oh, wow.
But my favorite one is definitely the 5x5 because it like doesn't take too much time, but it also is like quite challenging, and there's a lot of like extra stuff on top of the 3x3 you have to learn. So I think 5x5 is where it's at.
Nice. So you have participated in speed cubing competitions.
I have.
What was it like?
Dude, honestly, it was really I was really nervous at the beginning. I just saw like a bunch of people like solving it faster than I could, and I just wanted to like leave with a bunch of my friends. But like I did it, and then I became more confident over time.
Very nice. If you feel comfortable telling us, what has been your personal record, like fastest time on a 3x3 cube?
My personal record in competition is like a 13.2, but like by myself, I don't know, it could be like a lot shorter.
Very nice. Okay, so today we're actually going to put that to the test.
Okay.
Live on the air. So we have live editor Jake Jordan here on set with us, and
Hey, Jake.
I will stand up. And so what is going to happen is, Jake, you are going to solve this Rubik's Cube.
I don't know about this.
Solve this Rubik's Cube
I don't know
normally,
about this.
right? And then Nick, you're going
Yeah.
to solve it, and then undo it and solve it again. You're gonna start at the same time. Whoever finishes first wins. Are you guys ready?
Okay. Can I get like a 30-second head
Nah,
start?
you don't get a head start. You don't get a
No,
head
you already
start.
have my
My
record's like a minute 30. Like, come on, this is unfair.
Alright, ready? 3,
Oh God.
2, 1, go.
Go.
Very intense, as you can clearly see.
Oh jeez. Oh crap! I messed up. No.
Come on, Jake. Come on.
You can do it.
I'm.
Oh, bro.
Ooh, Nick is close to finishing his
mess
first
it up.
cycle.
No.
You can do it. Oh, done.
Oh.
Thank you. It's over. It's over.
I got the white side, but
Yeah, one layer.
You know
that's impressive.
One
Pretty
layer.
good. It's better than I can do. I can't solve.
I kind of choked like
single
3 or 4
side.
times.
All right, that will be all for today. Thank you both for coming
Thank
on
you.
the show.
Don't forget your Rubik's Cube.
Yep.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Nick.
That was awesome. That was actually hilarious.
That was hilarious. The one
That's
by one is
A
also
for
my
effort,
favorite
Jake.
too.
A for effort, honestly.
Thank you.
Alright. This week in the paper, today was issue number 20, volume CXLII, the Philippians' 4th full paper of the school year. This week in news, you can read about former member of the Westboro Baptist Church, Megan Phelps Roper's ASM dress. In commentary, Neil Shen, class 22, explores how test grades affect our overall performance and attitude towards school. In sports, read more about girls varsity soccer's shutout against Tabor, maintaining their undefeated record. In arts, learn about Celestine Gonzalez's 2021's passion for calligraphy.
And as always, if you're interested in Philippian Live or the Philippian as a whole, come find us at the club rally, in the newsroom, or visit our website to join. Anyone can sign up to be a writer for any section of the print paper or be a reporter on Philippian Live and go live on air to present your segment. If you're more interested in video, graphics, or live production, we'd love your help as well. Go to philippian.net/join or email um@philippian.net for more information.
And that's all for tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed the Rubik's Cubers. I know I love that. And have a good night, everyone.
Have a
Tune
good
in
night.
next Friday.
See you guys next Friday.
Bye now.
Bye.